Cast for life.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Black Power Ranking, episode 17. Haven't done one of these since Valentine's Day of this year. Believe it or not, that's when the global pandemic didn't hit the U.S. and we could go and do basically whatever we wanted. What a crazy time 2020 has actually been. But no, ladies and gentlemen, so I just wanted to get one of these out real quick. And yeah, so here we go. Let's look at the African American achievements in pro wrestling since the last time I did one of these. So we'll do 4. Coming in at number 4, I have to put both Montel Vontavious Porter MVP and Lashley. They're coming in at 4. Lashley's been doing great stuff since his alliance with MVP. You know, he's adopted the full Nelson, or the master lock, if you want to call it. And he's just become a dominant force. Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't beat Drew McIntyre to become the WWE champion. I think it was at Backlash, where they had the greatest wrestling match ever on that card as well. But so he's been doing good work. He seems like a force. This is probably the best incarnation of Bobby Lashley in WWE ever. Better than the ECW champion, or when he held the U.S. title, or his run with Leo Rush, or when he was in the Battle of the Billionaires at WrestleMania 23. So I love what Lashley is doing, and I'm very, very excited for his future. I mean, just God, let's get a championship on him, man. And speaking of getting championships on guys, MVP has an opportunity to wrestle Apollo Cruz for the United States Championship at Extreme Rules, the Horror Show, coming up. I think that's this Sunday. This is being recorded on a Monday. And yeah, man, so it's going to be a very interesting scenario to where if MVP does beat Apollo Cruz, that the manager is the champion and the guy that's really the focal point of the story, the actual constant competitor, is not. So that'd be very interesting. And I'm looking forward to if we can actually make that happen. I mean, MVP's been so good. We thought, okay, he's back at the Rumble. Next night on Raw, he has a match with Ray. I think he lost, if I'm not mistaken. He said, he put on Instagram, that's the end of my WWE career. The door is closed, and we hear stories about how Vince can talk you up and he can just reel you back in. And I'm glad Vince has reeled him back in. I mean, MVP has been a star, not just in WWE, but in all of wrestling between that and AEW during the pandemic era of sports entertainment. And he's thrived, his promos and, just getting Claymore kicked all over the place and finally picking up some wins. And he beat Apollo Crews last time on Raw, or 2 weeks ago on Raw, and that's what got him the championship opportunity, so I'm very excited to see that, and MVP could be sporting that new United States Championship very soon. Yes, sir. Alright, coming in at number 3, I gotta give it to Apollo Crews. He captured the United States Championship from Andrade Cien Almas. I still give Cien Almas his full name. Apollo, he's been an interesting main roster call-up since, 2016? I think he came up the night after WrestleMania 32. And yeah, man, he hasn't really thrived. I mean, he's had opportunities, with SmackDown when it was the land of opportunity and all that other stuff, and he didn't really do a whole lot in NXT. But yeah, it looks like it's finally clicked for him, and because for a long time he was just a big, strong, athletic black guy that smiled a lot, which that's really just the case with a lot of African American talent. I don't know why, but it's really starting to click for him. I do see a little bit more personality with Apollo now, and this rivalry with MVP, I think it will elevate him. MVP is one of the best talkers, and maybe Apollo can get a couple good lines out there, a couple good bars when he's out there with one of the best on the mic. And it's just gonna be very exciting. I think they will have a good match because MVP he can still work pretty well, and Apollo's just a phenomenal athlete, and so it's all gonna mesh well at Extreme Rules, the Horror Show. But number 3, Apollo Crews, congratulations, man. All right, number 2, I gotta give it to my girl. I gotta give it to Blueface Banks, Sasha Banks, the Blueprint. Sorry, Matt Morgan. This is the real Blueprint. You feels me? She has been doing such great work winning the tag titles with Bailey, the baby Bailey once again, and they're just being on all 3 shows. Like, the ratings have gone up for NXT. That's because my girl Sasha was out there. You feel me? And I mean, she's just been doing great work in ring and character wise. And they're still having that slow burn with her and Bailey. But I'm not gonna get into that here. Just the point in the fact that she's been on all 3 shows, dominating SmackDown, her assigned show, and of course the women's tag titles go to all 3 brands. So the match with Shotzi and Tegan was good, and then the singles match she had with the Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai, the NXT Women's Champion, that was really great. And her feud currently with Asuka, that's what's up, And I got to shout out to Sasha. She gave Ronda Rousey her first loss. It wasn't the triple threat at WrestleMania 35 with Lynch and Flair. No, Rousey lost a tag match that she had with Natalya, and Sasha got the winning victory there. And Sasha also got the winning victory in a mixed tag match that her partner was Ziggler, and they were going up against Asuka and WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, and she handed McIntyre his first loss in months. So yeah, Sasha, she's a constant when it comes to talking about what's good in wrestling at the moment right now, and I'm very happy for her. I want to see her win a singles title and actually hold on to it. You know what I mean? Like, she had a pretty nice reign with the NXT Women's title. Like, let's let that happen for one of the bigger titles, the Raw or SmackDown title. I mean, she's like a 4 or 5 time champion, always loses it immediately. Let's stop that. Let's really stop that. And number 1, you know who it is. It's the homie Keith Lee. Bask in his mother effing glory. Yo, man. That's what's up, my guy. NXT Great American Bash Night 2. He defeats Adam Cole. He retains the NXT North American title, and he also acquires the NXT Championship, the heavyweight title. Second ever black man to hold the NXT Championship behind Big E Langston. That's a big throwback for that name. But yeah, man. I mean, just Keith Lee. Like, I watched Mark Henry's Broken Skull sessions with Steve Austin, and Mark Henry's like, he understands what the big man role is, and he's gonna be something. He's gonna be the world champion, and he's at a fine line. He's almost there. And I do believe Keith Lee will be the WWE champion, and I'm excited for what he's going to do with this dual champion role and run. People have been like, oh, you can drop the North American title. No, dude, let's watch him just dominate with it. I mean, double champions is kind of the thing now in wrestling with Naito. He was the IWGP and heavyweight and intercontinental champions, but he lost that. We're going to talk about that in the Bulletcast on Thursday. But yeah, man, the dual champion holding the main event title and the secondary title. That's kind of the thing in wrestling right now. So I'm all for it, man. I want to see him just have a run with it, dude. I love that. I love everything about it. Yeah, man. Well, I think that's going to do it for my Black Power ranking. So we had 4 MVP and Bobby Lashley. We had Apollo Cruz. We had Blueface Banks, the Blueprint Sasha, and the big dog. Sorry, Roman. Keith Lee. So I'm excited for all those talents. And you look at WWE, the majority of their champions are black. That's what's up. So honorary in the Black Power rankings, all the black champions in WWE. You got the Prophets, you got New Day, you got Banks, you got Apollo, you got Keith Lee. I like that. We need to keep this. Oh, R-Truth as well, the 24/7 champion. I like that. We need to keep this up. I dig it. I really do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for me. Please, check out Brandon and I. We're doing a top 10 favorite theme songs this week, and then our regular episode of the Bulletcast. I did some guest appearances on the Rudos podcast and in the Click. Check all that stuff out. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much. I want to wish you love, peace, and soul.